Even after 24 years, there's still no case too small for the subject of this week's discussion, Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I'm Chad.
And I'm Matt.
And you're listening to episode 57 of We Used to Talk About This at Work. All right, so we're back. First and foremost, how are you doing, Matt?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Chad?
I'm good. I mean, I was here last week, so I'm just asking, how are you?
Oh, I'm better. Had some you know, once your body tells you to take a break, you gotta take a break. So no, I'm good. Recovered, and I was able to celebrate my anniversary this past couple days and 14 years of marriage. Shout
Okay.
out to the wife for sticking with me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we went out to, I told her to where you want to go, like a nice place. She found a nice restaurant, one of those course meals, 6 course meals where they bring it to you. Have you been to any of those places where they bring you one, you eat it, they bring you another one, stuff like that?
Never.
Uh, Step your game up, Chad. All right.
I will. Thank you for that suggestion.
No. But yeah, it's expensive. When I saw the prices, I was like, yikes. But it's once a year type of thing. And so we had 6 courses. It was amazing. The service was out of this world. If luckily I'm in Japan, but if I was in the States, I would have gave the waitress an amazing tip, but we don't tip in Japan. Um, but yeah, six courses with the dessert. The drinks was good. That environment was good. They cooked the food in front of us. It was amazing. It was over $200 for just me and her. So, but it was worth it.
Sounds nice and fancy.
It was fancy. I felt special.
I would hope so for $200.
Over $200.
All right. But pushing forward, we have a returning guest. We'd like to welcome back Joe. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I mean, how you doing?
I'm present. I'm pushing along.
Matt, you? How you chilling? You feeling? You good? You chilling? Huh?
I'm good. Thank you
Okay.
for asking. I appreciate it.
You over here drinking your coffee like we're doing a talk show? Look at you, Matt.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to do better in life. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay. So, Joe, since this week we're gonna be hitting the nostalgia pipe kind of hard with Rescue Rangers, why don't you take us down memory lane with the old Ninja Turtles?
Ninja Turtles. Man, I just got this tattoo last night. When I say I was at the tattoo shops like 4 o'clock in the morning getting this thing,
What time you start?
probably around midnight, to be honest. He probably started shaving my arm at midnight.
Okay, I mean that's not bad. I mean, it's
Oh
not like
no.
you got there like at 12
Oh, I
noon.
got there at 9:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I got there at 9:30. And got the kicking it way too hard to the point where forgot about everything else. So we ended up watching Ninja Turtles 2 and 3 while we did the tattoo. Just kind of give you a time of a reference of how long I was actually getting this thing done.
Now tell me why you weren't watching 1 and 2. Like, why is 3 in the equation?
Well, the way it happened was I looked at him.
See what happened was okay.
See what happened was I said, "Yo, how long you think it's gonna take?" He said 45 minutes. 45 minutes, yo. So I said, "Which movie you want to watch?" He said, "Throw on 2." I said, "Say less." So when 2 went off, and I'm like, "You still working, bro?"
Because he over watching the movie while he's doing
it. So we ended up turning on Ninja Turtles 3, which posed the great question I've had all day. Do the Ninja Turtles listen to Wu-Tang?
I would feel like at the time they would have, right?
I'm not sure. Ninja Turtles 3 like started with them jamming like Tom Petty or something.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I saw the third one.
I think they would, being in New York around that time. I think they would.
That's what I thought too. And I'm like, well, damn, like 90s movies have like this horrible like 90s what they think hip hop is music that just sounds like the horrible disco techno music that never made it, but it's rap music.
Right.
And I'm like, between Ninja Rap and Tom Petty, I'm not sure. In my mind, Ninja Turtles like definitely jam Wu-Tang. It's 93, 92. Of course we jam Wu-Tang. And I'm watching the movies. I'm like, I'm not too sure no more.
I think so. I think you probably got like Michelangelo was probably bumping that Wu-Tang, and then Donatello was probably listening to some other stuff. So they had a mixture of all between all four of them. So I think they just musically listen to a lot of stuff.
I can take that. My
But
turtles can be eclectic.
let me see the tattoo.
Let me get I'm sure you get in the camera.
Is it on? So I saw you put it on the Instagram story.
It's on IG.
But okay, so you
Okay.
made an actual post.
Actually, I will send it to you guys right now.
Okay, that's even better. I'm curious, why didn't they make a fourth one? Like it had a $21 million budget. It made 42 million.
I think, I think a lot of people didn't like Ninja Turtles 3.
I mean, yes, there's that.
That was a bit, which honestly, I think Ninja Turtles 3 probably has more fight scenes than the other two movies. Surprisingly. But between that, I think then they tried to do the live action show with the girl turtle that didn't do well as well.
Right. Well, that's a big leap though, because Turtles 3 came out in 93, and that show with Venus, what, 2000?
Was it? I can't remember.
But it was a gap of time in between those two events though. Plenty of time for a fourth movie.
I agree. I would have definitely. I would watch it now.
Well, you watched it last night. Well, this morning. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I watched Turtles quite a bit.
You been playing anything?
I've been playing this game called Tunic and Splitgate and Halo. Those have been the 3 games I've been playing. Halo Infinite.
Okay. So you keeping that alive?
Well, I bought the S because I couldn't find an X, and I was like, well, at least I'm playing like I can play current gen games on the current gen console now, opposed to playing Halo Infinite on the Xbox One. And so yeah, I've been playing Halo. I've been playing Tunic and Splitgate.
What are those games?
Tunic is like a knockoff of like Zelda, like Super Nintendo Zelda, like that era of Zelda. It's very knockoff-ish of that, but it's pretty good. I've been playing it. And Splitgate is like if Halo and Portal had a baby. As far as like back in the 80s and 90s, Nintendo had a deal with Capcom and Disney. They had like a deal like where all the Disney games were made by Capcom. Back like when games were actually like hard to actually play. And a lot of them were like classic games. Like some of my favorites actually, like DuckTales is one of them. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 1 and 2, DuckTales 2. If you can't never find the sequel to either one of those. So they did Little Mermaid, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, like literally like the whole Disney catalog back then, and like they were essentially like Mega Man games with Disney sprites.
They made that DuckTales one, right? You just said that, right?
Yeah.
I beat that game. Like they had a remaster that came out PS3 era. Yep. Like I played that either last year or the year before, and I beat it, and it was hard.
Capcom hard games was the thing.
Right. I just remember Lion King was super hard.
Yeah. I got that on PlayStation 4, like Lion King and Aladdin, and I think something else came out on like a best of collection, and it's got that mode in there where you can rewind your play, kind of like that old Prince of Persia game. And like the stuff in there is cheap because like I'm doing the stuff and it's like, oh no, you died. Okay, so I rewind and I'm like, okay, but I'm above this thing that where it should kill me, right? And it's like, okay, but you died. I'm like, what? Where's the line?
Right.
Good times.
Yeah, they made a lot of games. It's a shame that they can't get the rights or whatever straightened out, because it's like I'm looking at some of these and it's like I wouldn't mind playing this. Like that
have you played any of them other than the DuckTales?
Yeah, I played Aladdin. I own Aladdin on Super Nintendo. No, wait, did they do the Super Nintendo version?
Yeah, it was Aladdin and Aladdin and Lion King on the same. I didn't buy it, but I did have the originals. I still have my original on the Sega Genesis to this day.
So yeah, I got played those Mickey's something castle, like Castle Illumination or something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That was Capcom. Cool.
Yeah, I played a couple of them.
What about you, Matt?
Now, the only one I remember playing was Aladdin, Lion King. Those are the only ones coming off the top of my head.
And that's like when they kind of evolved, like when they went to the next gen console, because like on the NES games, they were almost exclusively, essentially Mega Man games with Disney sprites, which were made the games kind of cool. Like I said, like Chip and Dale was a pretty dope game. Like I will play it right now.
Why not?
I might after we finish. I may have been playing earlier. Who knows?
I should have did that with my time, but I watch TV. Tell me about your YouTube rabbit hole, Joe.
Oh, that thing's crazy. That can take me anywhere from a Honda motor swap to Zach Fox rapping to like it's just no telling, man. Like my rabbit holes, desk setups. Like that's probably my favorite thing to watch now. Desk setups.
Oh yeah, because something you're always on me about is like, Chad, you gotta work on your cable management, man. I shouldn't be looking at these wires. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like the shit work, all right? I'm not looking under my desk.
I feel you. And I wasn't either. But then after you like straighten it up and like, damn, that only took like 5 minutes of my time. I should have did this a long time ago.
Nah, well, you can do that next time you're at my house. How about that?
You paying?
No. If it's such a thing for you.
Hey, no, don't do nothing for free.
All right, then. All right.
You got the show for free. Now you want the cable management for free too?
Hey, man, this is a fucking... Actually, here's a topic. When are you starting your fucking show?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
That I don't have an answer for like right away.
Okay.
But like, things happened. And with the old show, that I was on, TV Blurred. Shout out to everybody on the show. Love you all. Where we just, everybody kind of started doing like their own separate thing. And I wasn't sure was I gonna do another show at first. And I let COVID grow my hair out, got that COVID hair looking long. And like as I was sitting around doing nothing during COVID, I was like, you know what? I should go ahead and do a show. So I made like a logo and stuff. I've done like stuff for it, the podcast, but I have not executed yet.
I got you. So what exactly is holding you back?
Me, of course.
Time.
Time. I, honestly, got family and stuff running around work. Don't have time like I used to. But things are picking up a little more. I'm finding myself with more free time, playing the game again. I spent like, you be thinking you're at home, and I love playing the game. Don't touch it. Not nearly as much as you would think.
Well, I got no frame of reference. I haven't played a game with you in some time.
I agree.
Matt, tell me things.
For the last couple of weeks, I've been depressed is not the right word. I have been we'll just say in a hole because I didn't have any motivation to do anything else because for the longest time my motivation was to get this money. You grind, get this money through different ventures and other stuff like that. I'm good financially right now. So I'm not living paycheck to paycheck anymore. So I think once I was able to get to that, I lost my drive for any stuff. And I was like, I need something else to work towards. So I was like, all right, I'm going to put my attention to this podcast. But then no matter how good I think this podcast is, it's not up to us to see how big and popular it gets. So I was like, I need to switch to something else where I can start seeing results. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to focus my attention on learning Japanese for real. No more just like learning words here and there. Let me start from the basics. So I went out to the store, got books and stuff for like preschool kids to learn their basically their alphabet, hiragana, and everything like that. So I was like, all right, I'm going to set time out every day to learn these characters, the sounds, and everything like that. So it took me about a week. It's like 52 characters in hiragana, and about a week and a half, I was able to learn everything. So, with my wife and my coworkers at work or whatever, to make sure I'm saying it properly, I was able to do it. So that is filling my drive in me to learn more stuff. So now I got hiragana down. There's also, you got katakana and you got kanji and everything else like that. So the good thing is I know how to read all of hiragana, but the only problem is I don't know what it means now. So I'll see the words, I can pronounce the sounds perfectly, but I don't know what it means. But it's
It's,
one step at a time.
I gotcha. Well, good luck on that journey, man.
And because every time I meet somebody, like, oh, your wife is Japanese. Oh, you spend all this time. Do you speak Japanese? And I'm like, konnichiwa. I know some words, but now it's like now
Yeah.
I'm about to get on it now. So and I haven't got my son with me learning the characters and everything else like that. So I'm like, if it only took me a couple weeks to learn hiragana, I just got to stay focused. And like I can't be bullshitting when I get home and everything, want to do other stuff. And I just got to stay focused week to week. And as long as I'm staying focused so far, it's been good.
So I would assume that your son is more farther along in knowing Japanese, though, isn't he? Since younger people like can pick other languages up a lot quicker.
Yeah, and plus they teach them in school Japanese, so he's more knowledgeable in the basics with the numbers, the days of the week, the months, stuff like that, to where I know more conversational words than he does. Okay. So yeah,
that's dope.
And besides that, have you guys heard of The Lincoln Lawyer TV show on Netflix?
Yeah, I actually finished it the other day.
I have not watched it, but I remember the movie.
Yeah, have you seen the movie, Matt? Just quick sideline.
I did not know it was a movie. I knew it was based off a book, but I didn't know there was a movie.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey was in it.
Yes.
Was the movie good?
I remember it being good, but it's been like probably 10 years since I've seen it.
Yeah, I probably saw it like 2 times, and like that was it.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, I remember liking it.
Yeah,
but going into this show, I was like, I feel, spoiler alert, I feel like this show is going to have a similar twist as the movie did. And Joe, you know what I'm saying, and I'm gonna assume Matt, you know what I'm saying.
Oh,
do you not remember it was revealed who really killed the person?
Oh yeah.
So that's yeah.
So that's the same.
It's the same.
So I don't need to watch it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
But the thing is, it's good because I'm sorry. This is your segment, Matt. Why is this show?
No, go ahead. Get on. No, keep going. I want to see if I agree with you.
I just like that. Basically, he inherits a law practice. And so like he has his main case or the main quest, but then he also has these little side quests. And so it's kind of cool, like seeing him like do those little smaller trials. Like he's basically doing shit to get him dismissed.
Right. And I was gonna say the same thing. I like how he has his, so like on one part of the show, he's in court, he does his thing, and the judge is like, hey, I'll see you later at 4. And he was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah. He's like, who's my client's name? And then he has like 5-10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, to figure out, read through the case and try to get the person off. I really enjoyed this show. I wasn't familiar with the lead actor.
Yeah, I never saw him before either, but he's Mexican apparently.
Yeah, and
Nev Campbell, yeah,
his wife. So I enjoyed this. I recommend this show. Coworker said something about it. He's like, it's a good show. So I was like, all right, let me check it out. And like the first time I watched it, like I watched the first 3 episodes. I didn't go to sleep till like 10:30 because I was watching it. It's that good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, so I recommend that.
It doesn't like, yes, even if you know like the twist of the movie and like that does happen eventually, the show is still going after that twist is revealed because like other stuff is going on too.
Okay, so it's a little more in depth than the movie was.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Right, and also people who hasn't seen the movie, basically he's a lawyer who he likes to work in his car. He has multiple Lincoln town cars, Lincoln vehicles. That's why they call him the Lincoln Lawyer. That's where he works out of. And like Chad said earlier, he inherits other cases from a different lawyer, and he has to do those with also his whole high profile case too. But yeah, Netflix, it's a good show.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of YouTube rabbit holes, I was looking at some. I end up looking going down a rabbit hole. I was looking at a music video. Next thing you know, I end up on Lil Dicky.
Hmm.
Um, and somehow I went to Lil Dicky and I was like, hold up, doesn't he have a TV show? And I've heard of it. So I was like, let me check Dave out. Man, I've been missing out. I love Dave. I'm
Dave
only
is
like
cold.
5 episodes. I'm only five episodes in on the first season, but Dave is a great show.
I have not seen it before.
It's basically about him,
Being a rapper.
his life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like what, 2 seasons out?
Yeah. 2 seasons out now.
Okay.
No, Dave is cold. Like it. If you didn't, even if you didn't like him as a rapper, like I wasn't like super familiar with. Like I knew of him. I heard a few songs here and there, like just like randomly getting thrown into the playlist or whatever. But after watching the show, you do definitely get a different respect for him. And then I went back and like watched like some of his actual freestyle videos online. Dude has not like he's very consistent. Like as far as every freestyle I've heard of him, like he kills every single one.
Yeah. And it was like, I like the comedy in it. I like the truth in it. When he was talking about like his I guess okay, so his thing is he has a small dick, right? But on the show, like it's
What?
deformed too.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's just
deformed
oh,
small
go ahead,
dick.
Joe. Yeah, he has a deformed small dick because of these surgeries and things like that. And it's just hilarious. Like the stuff that he's talking about, and because now I don't want to go into an episode, but I fucking we'll go through what the episode. So what episodes is he has his girlfriend and like he's embarrassed about his dick, right? So he like does things with lighting and everything. So his girlfriend never sees his dick. So so like his girlfriend's not feeling like the passion. It's just regular missionary sex and stuff like that. So she was like, "Hey, what kind of porn are you into?" And he was like, he didn't want to talk about it, but then his fetish is he likes milking. And
Wait,
for you not
what?
familiar with milk, if you're not familiar with milking, maybe you're getting massage, right? Imagine you're getting massage laying down on your stomach, but
Okay.
there's a hole down for your dick to go in, and there's a girl underneath it that is milking it.
What?
That's the kind
Yeah.
of porn he likes, right? And like and then things happen, but basically he likes it because he's embarrassed by his dick, so he doesn't have to look at the girl looking at his dick. He just gets to ejaculate and everything like that. So things happen, and then his girlfriend end up doing it. They talk about eating ass and everything. It's a great show.
Great show.
It's a great show.
Great show.
Okay.
They touch on a lot of stuff on that show, for everything from like his small dick to relationship shit, industry shit with other rappers and stuff, his mental health.
Oh yeah, because his hype man Gata talked about the episode I just watched, talked about he being bipolar.
Yep.
So, and also I did research on this real quick, so I want to know if he has bipolar in real life, which he does, because Gata is his hype man in real life and on the show, and he has bipolar in real life too. And he talked about it. He didn't want to talk about it on the show, but he did it to help people out. So Gata is his real name in real life and on the show. So it's basically a mirror of both. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I actually met him in real life once. He was doing Tiger's hype man. Tiger had a show at was that Warshu? Yeah, I think it was Warshu. Mizzou. Well, no, it was Warshu. Warshu over here in St. Louis. But I went and like they was nobodies at that time. They were opening up for Gym Class Heroes, and
That was a while ago, huh?
a long time ago. It was a good time. But he was off in the corner after the show, and it was just him and Gator in the corner just talking. Like, I wouldn't talk to him after. It was cool. He was cool, super humble dude.
Well, I would give it a try. I would check it out at some point in my life. Just because I'm not gonna watch it now does not mean I'm not going to watch it.
I'm about to keep going, and I'm only on, like I said, like 4 episodes in. I'm gonna keep watching it. If it goes down, I'll let you know. But if it stays like it is, don't worry. I'll repeat it again to you in our group chat and be like, "Hey man, don't forget to check this out."
Matt, message me after you watch the season 1 finale.
Okay, all right.
Please do.
But speaking of rappers with TV shows, Shad, heard you was watching Atlanta.
Yeah, man. I finished season 3 today. This season's been excellent. I really like the handoff between those side missions, one-off episodes, whatever you want to call them, when it's not following the Atlanta crew. versus like them in Europe. So I had 3 more episodes to watch, and one of the what was it, episode 8? It was a Paperboy episode, and Liam Neeson was in the episode playing Liam Neeson. It was pretty funny and also super candid of Liam Neeson, because he was talking some real shit, as in some real shit that he did, as in some real racist shit that he said. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So that was a good episode. And then like
but not piggyback off that episode, I really liked what he said at the end, because that is real shit.
It is.
Because just to give people, let them know, look up, I ain't going into what he said, but look into what he said. And then basically on the episode, Paperboy is telling them, also, did you check to see what was the name of the club?
Yeah, the Council Club.
Okay, yeah. So he was telling how you need basically you need to feel sorry for it or whatever. And basically Liam Neeson said was like, no, he's like, now I hate y'all even more. Y'all tried to basically take
Ruin
his
my
livelihood,
career.
ruin my career. And then he was like, and the Paperboy was like, well, that's what we were talking about. Didn't you learn anything? And then he said, let me see if I remember correctly. He was like, that's the good and bad of being white. I don't have to learn anything if I don't want to.
Right.
And
the world keeps spinning.
Yes.
It was an excellent. This season's been excellent. The 9th episode was pretty solid. It kind of touches on like people that are white passing. Did either of you guys finish the season?
I only watched the first episode, and I'm gonna wait till it's all done so I can just binge watch it all.
I mean, the thing is, like with every other episode not being about the normal crew, like that kind of is like the natural, like, let's take a break point, like where it's like watch 2, just take a week off.
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Okay. And then like episode 10 was good, but it was a wild adventure, but like it touched on like some real shit about like, hey man, we have mental health is a real fucking thing. And like,
which episode was this?
The one with Van where she was getting her Amelie on.
Yeah, I didn't like that episode. I mean, I didn't like her in that episode. I thought the friends hilarious. I thought everything they did was there. I didn't like that episode.
I can see why you didn't like it, but like she's been acting weird this whole season, and it's just like it's basically just confirming what you kind of suspected, like what was going on with her. Like she's just not doing well mentally, and sometimes people get like that. And like real talk, here's my plug for therapy. Go to therapy, people. Like real talk, it's helped me. But yeah, also on I'm not sure if you I have a feeling you didn't watch it, Matt, but heads up for you, Joe, there's an after credit scene on the finale.
Okay.
I did not see that, but going back to the episode, I loved how, you remember what was a Mindy show called?
The Mindy Show?
The Mindy Experience or something like that.
The Mindy Project.
That's it. Project.
Mindy Project. Well, the girl, the skinny girl on that episode, she was on the Mindy Project. I wish I knew her name before.
Yeah, I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of that show, so I can't really. It was one of the black girls.
Yeah, the black girls, the skinny one.
Okay.
She was in there, and like the funny thing is, because when I was watching it, I was like, why she keep having that baguette at her thing? And then when she said it, and she was like, she still has it, and then the other girl was like, she thinks she's so fresh or whatever. Maybe that's keeping her in touch with her being fresh. And then finally, when she took that baguette out and did what she did with it, yeah. So yeah. I mean, it was hit and misses, and like sometimes I feel like maybe it's just me and I'm dumb. But sometimes I feel like Atlanta goes like
it's surreal as shit.
Right, because some stuff I don't understand, like the hand stuff. What was that supposed to mean?
It's commentary on like how rich people, just cause you're rich, you can fucking do anything you want. So like if you want to eat that, you can. Who's gonna stop you? You rich.
That's an episode. That is very true.
Yeah. So like it's
Okay.
it's so much like shit just peppered in. And also Alexander Skarsgård guest starred on this episode. And I read an article a while back that said Ryan Gosling is a big fan of the show. And he was supposed to be in an episode, but like COVID got like really bad to where he couldn't do it. And I've been wondering which episode it was. And I think maybe this one was the one he was supposed to appear in.
Mm.
But yeah, solid season, highly recommend it. Would I say it's the best season of the show? No, but it's
No.
really good.
What would you say is the
Yeah.
best season of the show?
Probably season 2.
I was gonna go with 2.
Yeah, with that fake Michael Jackson. I can't remember what he's called. That episode where also funny enough, that main girl from the last one, Van's friend, she was in the episode I'm about to reference, the one where Van and the girls go to that Drake's party.
Mhm.
She was in that episode. That was a solid episode. And oh my God, one of my favorite episodes is the one where Paperboy just trying to get a haircut. And his boy doing everything but cutting his damn hair. But yeah, also I finished another show that I know you two didn't watch. And I know I don't even know why I watched the show, but I finished Halo, the series, season 1.
Yeah.
It was
Your
terrible.
fault.
It was fucking terrible. And like all the while I'm watching it, I'm like, Halo is not something that should be a week to week thing. Like, and like you feel like, oh yeah, Halo would be such a cool show, but like it wouldn't be, because like for what you need to produce to make the show decent cannot be sustained in a week to week fashion. So you have to find ways to save money on effects by having a lot of scenes where people are just talking, human people are talking. And that's like the biggest downfall of this show. Like the story is complete shit. And I'm not even on some bullshit about like, oh, well, it's not following the game storyline. I'm not even talking about that. The story that they chose to do was just dumb. And like with side plots that people fucking hate. And then like obviously, you know, I'm not sure if you saw this on the internet, but like Master Chief had sex with a fucking war criminal, a prisoner.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
That's what I heard too. I'm glad I tapped out before this happened.
She was a prisoner. She was being held in prison. Like,
So,
yeah, there were guards posted outside the room. That's basically her cell. He went in there and had sex with her. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
So Master Chief was a rapist. Like the way you say it, I haven't watched it yet, but the way I have no intentions of watching it either. But the way you say it sounds like Master Chief was a rapist.
I'm just saying,
was it consensual?
It was consensual, but you're not supposed. Is it not a war crime to have sex with a prisoner?
Correct.
He's trying to get, secrets, man.
That's a fucking war crime, Joe.
He was trying to get some secrets about her, man. He was doing more for his planet than you know.
It was fucking trash. And I will be watching season 2 just to talk about how shit it was, but it was trash.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be trash from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened. Like all these years, they were like, "This is going to be a movie," which it may have been a decent movie,
I can agree with that.
But I don't know, like just like I said, the shit you got to do to like stretch that budget out for like a season's worth of TV is not something you should do for something at the scale of Halo. Or I don't fucking know. I don't know. So my last topic this week is, in preparation for this week's movie, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch a couple of episodes of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on Disney Plus. And I was all set to watch it. I looked up a list online, like some of the top episodes of the show. I was like, okay. So I'm on there and I'm scrolling and I'm clicking. And the first, like the theme song comes on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in it. And then I'm looking at the screen and I'm like, why is this in widescreen? And like my whole thing is like, I get that in today's day and age, people want the whole screen filled up, right? But unless you actually properly remaster footage, it's going to look like shit. And the show looked like shit because it was the cheap zoom, widescreen where it's just like we hit zoom in and like parts of the screen is missing and shit. Because like we're just so zoomed in on the picture, and it's just for me not something I want to look at. I don't know. Am I being too much of a fucking drama person?
Yes,
No,
it's
because
okay.
I was like, before I watched the movie, I was like, oh, let me check out some episodes, refresh. And it wasn't the widescreen, it was like the, what I want to say, like 720. What do you call that?
Oh, the resolution.
The resolution. I was like, we used to like this when it was like that. It wasn't good. So I was able to get through 2 episodes. I was like, nah, let me just go ahead and watch this movie.
Why do you feel like I'm overreacting, Joe?
Like I still play old video games. Like sometimes like that stuff doesn't bother me as much.
No, but what I'm saying is
That you half the picture was cut out because of how they. I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying, why couldn't it just be in full screen? And when I say full screen, I mean the bars.
Yeah, I know. I don't care either way. I'll watch it. It doesn't bother me as much.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me at all. Honestly, I don't have the highest expectations out of these streaming services when it comes to giving me, I guess, the best picture as far as older stuff.
It's their shit.
I agree.
I would get it if this was on Netflix and they licensed it from Disney. This is Disney shit. Like when The Simpsons dropped on Disney Plus, the exact same thing happened. But people were vocal enough to where now you have to search for it, but there's an option to switch the aspect ratio.
But it's just on certain shows they get that option.
It's just on Simpsons because Simpsons fans made a big enough of a fuss.
Well, that's the thing. How do I really watching Darkwing Duck still outside of myself,
right?
And like a handful, a few other people. It's not enough people for them to care,
right? And so like
I be trying to get the little kid to watch, and he's like, no, it's okay.
No, well, that's 2D animation. The youth not down with that.
Yeah, they're not at all. Young whippersnappers.
Well, that's my my 2 rants for this week.
Before we transition, I used to be on there week to week to always tell you guys how good Abbott Elementary is, right?
Okay.
It got renewed for season 2. Not only did it get renewed for season 2, it got the which channel air on?
ABC.
ABC. It has it took over what they consider their prime time slot. It's been moved up. It's going to be right after, or either right before or right after Modern Family. That's how good it's doing.
Wait, no, Modern Family ended.
Well, then whatever time slot they were in before, that's the one Abbott Elementary is in now. So basically, they moved up to the prime time spot.
Oh, that's good.
Right.
And so I will live and die with this. You still haven't watched it, haven't you, Chad?
I've started it. I'm on episode 5 or 6. The last episode I saw, what was it? Was it the one where the Italian lady, she got a date with the vending machine guy? That may have been the last episode I saw.
Okay. All right. But yeah, it's amazing. You should all go out and watch it. Yeah.
I agree. It's consistently funny. It's a good show.
Side note, as far as Abbott Elementary, the boyfriend that's supposed to be like the horrible rapper, he actually is a real rapper, and he's not that bad.
Not that he bad. Was good when he's on when he performed on stage. I enjoyed it.
on my YouTube rabbit holes, I done stumbled across like some real music he done put out, and
is that you that sent me that link where he was on? Okay. He was like freestyling.
With Kenny Beats in the cave.
Yeah,
that's just fucking hilarious.
It was pretty funny. But yeah, I support Abbott Elementary. I'm very happy for her success. I hope good things. I hope that the show gets like 5-6 seasons. I really hope good things for the show.
Yeah, Quinta Brunson.
Yes. So I'm really happy for her. I'm happy that it's getting some support because it can be hit or miss. You know that.
Right. She's been in the game for a while, and Still to this day, we use her as a meme. I'm like, ooh, he got money. I use that meme
Yes.
all the time.
I used it on you when you was all like, I'm going to this fucking 75-star restaurant. I was like, okay, sir.
I'm like, ooh, he got money. So yeah,
Right.
so
Take
shout
me
out to
out,
Queen.
Matt. Shit.
Right. Like I told you, financially, I'm okay out here right here.
What's a
You
$200
see how
steak?
you see how the missus got me this for our anniversary. So I got a little bit of drip with me.
Ooh, fresh.
Okay, I see you. I see you. What was what? So what? You say you were married 14 years?
Yep.
That's the gold chain anniversary.
Oh no, we don't do that. We tried to, but then it has some weird stuff where like one year is like paper, another one's copper, and all this other kind of stuff. So yeah, we don't do this.
Paper
We
is
don't
just
follow those rules.
paper. You just print out the gift card.
Right. See, so no, we don't do that. So we do and also if you listen out there, don't do that. Your spouse ain't gonna want that unless y'all into that. Nah, I've been doing this for a long time. Give your spouse what they want. Ask them what they want and give them what they want. That always helps out.
That should be the rule for anybody
Yeah,
in real life.
it really should be.
Right. So I know people try to surprise their spouses with things and hope they get it right. Now at the end of the day, what I do months ahead, be like, hey, what do you want? Just remember it, write it down. So when that time comes, you give them exactly what they want.
Exactly what's coming to them.
Right.
All right. Well, that's the key to Matt's happy marriage. We will take note of that. So this week we discuss Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Ladies and gentlemen, behold, the Rescue Rangers are back.
This is Chip.
You know that was just a TV show, right?
This is Dale.
Hey, it's no secret I had the CGI surgery done. It's done wonders rejuvenating my career.
And this is the comeback.
We're gonna be heroes. Woo!
The world didn't know it needed.
The fans are hungry for it.
I was always more of an Alvin and the Chipmunks person.
Yeah, monster.
30 years after their popular television show ended, Chipmunks Chip and Dale live very different lives. When a cast member from the original series mysteriously disappears, the pair must reunite to save their friend. Joe, what did you think of this movie?
So when it first started, I was like, I'm gonna hate this. I'm not gonna like this. I'm gonna want to like this, and I'm not gonna like this. But as it progressed, I liked it a lot. Like the more the movie went on, like okay, I can get with this.
Why didn't you think you would like it?
Because I on anything that's just like a reboot. Actually, the moment I heard Andy Samberg's voice, I'm like, I'm not gonna like this. I was like, this is not it. This is not my Chip and Dale. Who is this? But like I said, as I continued to watch it, like I liked it a lot actually.
I had no expectations. I mean, I take it back. I did. I thought it was gonna be maybe okay, something. I really enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
And also I feel like it's a movie I'm gonna need to watch again. And I almost watched it again that night because it gave me like
nostalgic feelings.
No, not a nostalgic feeling, like a Roger Rabbit, a Ready Player One, where you have so much other properties in it to where there's so much stuff. Like as you're focusing on the main characters, there's stuff going on in the background, a poster here, a character there, to where you're missing so much. So it's like I feel like it's a movie that you're going to have to see again to see all the extra stuff. And also there was like characters where I was watching, I was like, oh, that's blah, 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 or that's blah, 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 or hey, that one looks familiar. I don't know where that character's from.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be something that I need to watch again, where I ain't got to focus on the main characters. I can look out. I like this movie over other reboots because
but okay, here's the thing though. Would you count this as a reboot though? Because it acknowledges,
and that's where I was gonna go with. That's what I was gonna go with, where it's not a reboot in the sense of okay, it's Chip and Dale, they're doing their thing. I like this one because they're self-aware of it being, hey,
we were actors.
This is what we was actors playing a part, and now we're gonna do this in real life to where like when they came out with Ugly Sonic when they did
That was
how he had
hilarious.
when they had the CGI surgery. I liked how they was very self-aware with today's times versus the 90s and every going forward like that. So I really enjoyed this movie. I watched it with my son and my wife. Um, I don't know how much knowledge my son has of Chippendales, but he enjoyed the movie. He laughed at it. He got some of the references. He was like, "Oh, that's Transformers," or
Yeah.
"That's this," and everything. Like my wife laughed out loud at different scenes. So no, I really enjoyed this movie, but it's gonna be something I need to go back and watch to catch all the stuff I missed.
No, I was gonna like so after watching it, I kind of felt like it has to be in the same universe as Roger Rabbit. And I don't know why, but like I feel like
Well,
it.
yes
Well,
and
because he
no.
was in it.
Yeah,
Well, he
he's
was in it.
Well, yes
and
and
they are in
no.
Roger Rabbit as well.
Yeah, it can be.
It could be,
But the thing is, we don't know how like tunes age, right? Because Roger Rabbit, that took place like in the 40s or the 50s, I think. And like they clearly stated, like when you saw Roger Rabbit, it was the 80s. So we just don't know how exactly tunes age, but potentially.
potentially.
No, I like this movie too. Like when it first started and like their teacher was Clarabelle, like a fucking really deep cut fucking Disney character. I was like, hell yes. I do really like that self-awareness and like that kind of industry type stuff that they were referencing like with the show and like sort of with Double Odell, which we'll talk about in trivia. So I was really a fan of all of that. The references is like, so watching this movie, I quickly realized I was out of my depth because like there was so many animation references where I was like, I should know this, but I was like, I don't know what any of that is. But
Yes.
I appreciated that. Like for one example, when they were on Main Street and that dog that was blowing bubbles, that's apparently one of the dogs from 101 Dalmatians. Obviously not one of the Dalmatians, but like one of the dogs that helps them. And it's like I've seen that movie like at least 50 times, and that didn't click in my head.
Right.
So no, I really like this movie a lot. I do wish that they somehow would have referenced that Chip and Dale were stars before Rescue Rangers. Like, you know, like in the old Disney shorts, like in the 40s and the 50s. Like I wish they could have somehow incorporated that into like they're like almost 100 fucking years old. Like I feel like that kind of would have been funny.
I didn't know that. My first knowledge of Chip and Dale is the Rescue Rangers.
So like the whole thing with the Disney afternoon was like they were repurposing their product, their current the properties that they owned, but also adding new characters. So Chip and Dale existed, but everybody else was new. Or you know how like Tailspin, that's basically a continuation of Jungle Cruise, like with Baloo and everybody. You know, Uncle Scrooge and Donald Duck existed, but and I think the didn't Huey, Dewey, and Louie also exist too before DuckTales?
I'm not sure. That's how I know them from.
I think they may have.
I think they
existed.
did, but the story just got more in depth with DuckTales for sure. Especially now with the reboots. Now we got a lot of backstory with the reboot for sure.
Yeah. So it's like the whole thing with the Disney afternoon was like they were just repurposing properties that they already owned.
Kind of like an Ugly Sonic.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, that's going to be like now they created a new character. Like honestly, Ugly Sonic can have his own FBI show or cartoon or what, I mean not cartoon, but like he could be a real character now.
I would imagine
he was a real character until you know the internet revolted.
Right. So but I'm saying like now you can have your own ugly Sonic, and I love that about I like being self-aware in today's times and like having them be at Comic-Cons, because if like you said, if this was a real world, Ugly Sonic would be there.
He would.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
$25 for autograph.
Right. So I loved everything about it. I love like when I say the Roger Rabbit thing, I liked how the people and the tunes live together.
The movie brought like a lot of the old feels, and like I was really curious as far as like having, like you said, the surgery, like when they had the procedures to be like updated and stuff. I was like, I wish I was gonna feel about that dynamic in the beginning, and it really worked as far as like the storyline and everything of the movie. I literally loved because we in a world where everybody wants to do surgery and get your BBL so you can have your hot girl summer and everything,
Right.
and we got tunes out here doing the same thing, and like even how they like reference Baloo, getting it for the new Jungle Book and everything. I thought was like that was dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking weird. Also, the Uncanny Valley, like that fucking time period where it's like, what the fuck were people doing with that animation?
Oh yeah.
Fucking
With
Polar Express and
uh,
shit.
and what's the Beowulf?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was also what's that other one? Scrooge. Do a Jim Carrey where he played like all the characters.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I didn't see it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But also, did you notice when they had the fight when they was going through the Comic-Con at the end where Seth
Rogen.
Rogen, yeah, all his characters were there, how he voiced all of those characters. Yeah.
I also liked how basically Peter Pan was the villain.
I was about to say that as well. It reminded me of Once Upon a Time.
Okay. I didn't think of that because I didn't watch. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of Fables. It's a comic book that Joe and I used to read, where it's essentially like all the public domain characters that Disney profited off of, like Snow White and all them. They're real people, but they lived in like different dimensions. And like there's this person called the Adversary coming along and just like basically how Hitler like took over like Europe.
Yeah.
He's doing that to these different dimensions, like the Peter Pan dimension and the Pinocchio dimension. And at one point, they were going to have the Adversary be Peter Pan. And so like I immediately thought of that. I won't spoil who the evil person is that is doing it, because like if you read the book, it's really fucking good.
Really good. Bill Willingham killed that.
Yeah. It's a fuck ton of issues, but it's a good read. But I do like how like he was the villain, and like, hey, he got older and like he's not getting work like he used to. So
yeah,
I'm gonna do some.
The whole bootleg concept was hilarious to me.
Yeah. Just like you see those bootleg ass like shit, Aladdin's in the theater, and then you go to the store, you see Aladdin on the shelf, or I should just get this. This is what my kids want to see, right?
Dollar Tree DVDs,
right? It was a good time. A lot of good references. I don't know. I kind of wish there was less human stuff. Like I don't know if I was a fan of that girl.
I'm indifferent on that, on the kind, because it could have been just a fully animated movie, and I probably would have liked it maybe a little bit more, maybe.
Right.
But I don't know, because this was good for what it was, but I don't know what I would have rather had, because this, like I said, definitely, like you said, touched on a lot of references of what today is.
Yes.
And I'm not sure we would have got that in an animated version.
Oh no, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying no human people. I'm saying, did we need that cop character? Like, did the story need to go down that road with the cops?
No.
Like I feel like they could have found a different way to get from A to B.
You didn't like it because of the human, or you think was it the storyline human, or you think was it the actress?
The actress was fine for what she got, for what she was told to do. I don't feel like she's a bad actress, even though I looked at her credits and she was in a very bad movie, Coming to America 2. She's one of the daughters, but right. But no, it's just like, I feel like that's just an avenue we didn't have to go down. Like, I kind of like, here I am rewriting the movie. I kind of wish one of them would like decide to just actually become a PI, like coast off of that. Like I was a detective on a show. Now I'm a detective in real life, and we could have eliminated a lot of that police shit since they were already investigating the crime.
Right. I see what you're saying.
We're in a world where they want to make the police likable again.
I didn't think about that, but that's a really good point. But also no, because one of the cops was corrupt.
True.
But I also like how they signed all these deals and shit with all these companies to have their properties in the movie. And Paramount was like, you can mention the Rugrats, but they bet not be in this fucking movie.
I wish like I was the police chief. I was like, wait, is he supposed to be a bootleg Gumby? And then like at the end she was like, blah 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 Gumby. I was saying, why didn't they just make him Gumby? I don't know who owns Gumby, but
maybe they couldn't. Maybe they genius. Well, because he's evil in the end. That's why.
They give him reference for the whole him being a bootleg Gumby because he's working with the bootlegs.
That, and also like I really don't feel like any company wanted to sign off on their character being the villain.
That could
Peter Pan though.
But that's the actual.
That's their company.
Okay, some sign off somebody else.
Yeah. Plus, they already done it. Like I said, like and once upon a time, Peter Pan was by far my favorite villain of the show.
Was he a boy or a man on
Once
upon a time?
He was a boy who's been a boy for a very long time.
Right. I was just wondering like how they cast that.
Because like you find out like Peter Pan got kids. Yeah. And when you find out who his kid is, you're like, well, damn, he old as shit. So Pete, you definitely gotta be ridiculously old.
Interesting.
Yeah. Rumpelstiltskin is his son.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah. And so like I said, so like Rumpelstiltskin, super old. He's been through all the centuries of all the lore that that they share out throughout the show. And then you find out that Peter Pan's his father. And Peter Pan is like by far a way better villain than Rumpelstiltskin ever was.
I feel like it's like 5 or 6 seasons, and I'm not watching that because it's like network TV, so it's like 20 plus episodes a season. So I'm not watching that.
It was good up to that last season.
Isn't that the season that you could skip though? Isn't that like a screw up season 6 or whatever, where the show ended, but then they were like, we're just gonna keep going one more go.
Yeah, it ended, and like the ending was like, okay, this is cool. I can let the show go. I'm cool with and then they said, you know what, we got one more for you, and it was like, no, we should have ended the last season. Yeah, because this wasn't it.
The one thing I did enjoy, and I'm glad they did it, was at the end, the character at the end did the last talking, Darkwing Duck.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They need to come out with some Darkwing Duck.
You need to watch the DuckTales reboot.
The show?
They rebooted DuckTales.
Oh, he's on there?
Yes. Yes and no, but also yes. You watched it, right, Joe?
I didn't get that far. I stopped at the season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet.
Like I want to say season 2 he's introduced, and on there he is in the universe of DuckTales. Darkwing Duck was a TV show just like this. And so a company that Scrooge owns, he wants to do a reboot. And so instead of going to the original actor, they hire somebody new. And the original actor like gets pissy about it. And like that episode ends with him essentially becoming Negaduck.
Oh,
it's the DuckTales is so fucking good.
That's pretty cool. And the comic that Boom put
I remember that
was really good too.
Yeah. But yeah, so like that ending with Darkwing in this movie, it felt repetitive just because I've seen what they did with him on DuckTales.
Oh, okay. Since I didn't see that, but I was like, okay, and that's got me down my nostalgic road where I'm like, oh yeah, Chip and Dale, Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles, all the stuff. Like, so just to try to cap this off, like any of those old shows from back in the day, is there anything that would make you feel like they need to reboot into a movie or a new TV show that you would like to see?
If DuckTales wasn't a thing, I'd say that. And like honestly, they hit that shit out of the fucking park, in my opinion, with DuckTales. And it's like they tried, like the show got canceled and they were trying to like reignite other things. Like it's clear that they wanted to like spin off into a Darkwing Duck show, but they didn't get off the ground. And it's clear that there were some references to Rescue Rangers on that show too. That it felt like they were trying to get the whole gang back together, and that didn't materialize. But something like I would like to see Goof Troop, but like a continuation where like hopefully he's fucking with Roxanne.
Or there's even another Goofy movie, but like, so the thing about doing a Goof Troop continuation is it would get rid of extremely Goofy movie where they go to college.
Right, but the thing with that is like you still didn't have like all the characters in there. Like you didn't
Yeah.
have what's the neighbor's name?
Pete.
You didn't have Pete's wife and daughter. Like I would like to see these characters almost 30 years later.
Okay.
Or at least
Okay.
20, or at least let's say at least 20 years later.
I
Like
get you.
where are these characters now? What about you, Matt?
Darkwing Duck, man. I used to love Darkwing Duck.
That was the shit.
But it's always funny when you think about like old shows like Bobby's World, or Heathcliff.
So let's
or,
pause right there. I remember loving Bobby's World as a kid when like they dropped like a couple episodes out on DVD. I was like, I'm buying this. But then like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I saw all of it was on Amazon Prime. And I was like, all right, my older nephew, I was like, we're gonna watch this. And we watching it, and I was like, oh, this is not for kids. This is
No, it's
not for
not?
kids. And like his mom, like my sister-in-law, she's like, why are you letting him watch this? Like, what are you doing? Like,
Wait, I don't know. I've never seen Bobby's World. Like I watched it when it aired. I've seen Bobby's World since. So I have no recollection of it
At all.
It's very crass.
Oh. But I kind of want to watch it now.
Like I feel like it'd be fine for us, but it's just like a kid watching this shit, and then like him repeating some of the stuff. Like it's not like it's cursing, but it's like a 5-year-old shouldn't be saying some of this shit.
All right, well, I know what I'm about to do after this podcast. I'm going to check out some Bobby's World episodes, see what I've been missing.
See what you.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of old shows that like from our generation that like they could do something with that people would be like, oh yeah, I remember that, but you know, has to be done in a certain way where it will still be hidden like it's supposed to, or upgraded to where it needs to be popular.
Biker Mice from Mars.
That would be dope.
Ooh, Biker Mice from Mars.
Street Sharks wouldn't be a bad one, but I feel like the whole
Street
shark thing's kind of overplayed.
Yeah, you would have needed to have done that maybe around Baby Shark.
I agree. Like that would have been like the perfect launching point.
Yeah.
Did y'all used to watch Bananas in Pajamas?
No.
Yeah, bananas.
I know of it, but no, I was not watching.
Coming down the stairs,
Weren't
bananas
we
in pajamas.
a little older for that? But you got a younger sibling.
Well, no, but I'm saying like they used to come on like with Bananas in Pajamas, Biker Mics from Mars.
Oh yeah. What was that show? It was like a live action type show. All I remember on it is like it was like an adult woman. She was the host, but it had kids on it. And like when the credits are going, she would always kiss the kids, and she had like she lived like a lipstick mark on them. Do you guys remember this?
That vaguely sounds familiar. I remember that vaguely.
Yeah, I can't place it, but it does sound really familiar.
Like, what the fuck was that?
Well, they figured on Family Feud, oh boy was kissing everybody. It's all good.
Oh, that was on some sexual harassment type of stuff he was doing. He was wilding.
He go and grab him by the ass and everything and go for it. And like they was just going with it.
Because I also like I'm going down all Nickelodeon. You had Eureka's Castle.
Yeah. Gullah Gullah Island.
Gullah Gullah Island. Was it My Brother and Me?
My brother.
Oh my god! Where are we at with that? We need something at that level.
They're not giving us that.
Yeah.
My brother and Me was the shit. My cousin Skeeter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, shit.
I mean,
Kenan and Kel.
Yeah. It's funny. I just watched what was her name on all that? Lori Beth Denberg. She's on a celebrity edition of America's Worst Cooks or whatever. I've been watching that.
Interesting. I did not know she was doing anything.
I mean, they got a lot of stuff. It's hard to do a Eureka's Castle type of thing, but like, yeah,
wasn't that if puppets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they can do, they had Clarissa Explains It All and Sabrina Teenage Witch. They updated that. They can do My Brother and Me. They can do. I don't know if they can do Gullah Gullah Island.
Didn't they bring back Legends of the Hidden Temple?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's
I never watched it.
Fucking terrible.
Terrible. Dang, I know you were a big fan, Chad. I feel really bad that you say that.
Like my thing is like, how do you fuck up a game show? But they did.
Why is it how's it terrible?
Because like, so it's a show of the COVID times. So all the shit that they're doing is outside. That's first of all.
Yeah,
So it's
you can't do
like,
like
right.
yeah, you can't do Legend of
So
Hip
do I need to say any more? Like,
Right. Hey, have they ever brought back Guts?
That would be a good one.
Bring back Double Dare.
Yeah.
Double what?
Bring back Double Dare.
I thought they did.
They did.
Yeah, they do
like
have
Double Dare like 2000. What like?
No, like
No, it's like now. There's a
recent.
Double Dare
Oh,
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. I haven't watched Nickelodeon.
And they brought old dude back too.
Really, that's what's up.
But the show I used to love, they definitely need to bring back. I love Nick Arcade.
Oh my god, I always want to be on that show.
I used to always want to be on Nick Arcade. Nickelodeon, if you're listening, don't worry. We can let you know what shows you need to bring back. Because especially now with the whole Twitch and everything else like that, to me, Nick Arcade would just hit.
Probably would, yeah. Bring back Hey Arnold.
I mean, did you see the movie?
Yeah,
that they came out? Like, I feel like that was a very nice ending to the series.
it wasn't bad.
Like it made me nostalgic enough to like want to rewatch some episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But then also on the flip side, it's like we've got the Rugrats reboot, which is okay.
I started it and I wasn't against it. It just didn't give me the same feeling.
Well, you aren't a child anymore.
Or am I?
No, you're not. You have better taste, is what I'm saying. It's like I wanted to be with it, but it's just it like I agree, it doesn't hit that same spot. Like I watched the holiday special and it was just bad. It's just like these holiday specials used to kick ass back in the day.
They used to like run this. You would come home some days and like that's all they would show, just the holiday specials of that one show. You watch Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's if they had a New Year's episode.
And how did most kids of our age learn about fucking Hanukkah? Rugrats.
True. Dreidel.
Right. So
That was
it's
South
like,
Park, but
on the show. What do you guys think the Rotten Tomatoes is on this movie?
I'll say something high. We'll say, I don't know, 85%.
I can't disagree. I was in the high 80s range as well. I don't want to 86 is where I was at, but 85, 86. I don't want to do the Price is Right method on you.
You don't want to be like $1, $2.
Yeah. Or just go the $1 over you just so you stuck.
All right. So what are you saying?
I'll give it a 89.
With 89 reviews, the tomato score is 80%, and the audience score is 84%.
That's cool. I can't disagree with it.
All right. So this question, this is some knowledge that has been floating around in my head for like 3 decades now, and now I get to share this with you guys. This week's trivia question: the financial disappointment of this movie resulted in a Rescue Rangers theatrical movie being scrapped in the 90s. A. DuckTales the movie. B. A Goofy movie. C. Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Dang, it's really hard.
I'm gonna go C.
I'm gonna join you on C, even though like it's the only movie that didn't go to theaters. So
well, I didn't. But the thing is, I didn't say anything about a theatrical disappointment.
You didn't. So therefore, I don't think DuckTales wasn't a theatrical disappointment. And I know Goofy movie definitely wasn't either. Yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and say C as well.
Okay. Aladdin and the King of Thieves. I couldn't find out the budget, but it grossed $186 million, and it was all direct-to-video money. It is the 4th highest grossing direct-to-video animated feature of all time. A Goofy movie made $37.6 million on an $18 million budget. And DuckTales, it had a budget of $20 million. And it earned worldwide $8 million.
Dang.
Oh, wow.
So they were like good to go. Like they were very close to like actually animating they did the storyboards for the Chip and Dale movie. But
and DuckTales ruined it.
I wouldn't say ruined it, but like it came out in the wrong time. It's like, who is paying to see something that they can see at home? Like, granted, it's a different adventure, but it's a TV show.
I feel you.
So yeah. So
that and plus like the fan base is like just different because like our parents weren't fans of this, so like they didn't have the incentive like to really just blow the extra money to go see it. Like for me like my son want to go see something 9 times out of 10 I probably want to see it too. So
it's not even just that, but like our generation would get it. Like it's the
yeah,
same thing that happened with Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Like that movie
yeah,
bombed because it's a TV show and your parents are like, that's a TV show. Why the
right.
fuck would I take you? But like if like your kid was like, I want to see the Paw Patrol movie, you'd probably be like, all right, bet. Like I don't like Paw Patrol, but I understand that, you know, you need to know where the story goes.
Same reason why I don't buy V-Bucks. Got you. Not paying money on this free game.
All right. So trivia dump. The Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers cartoon did in fact air in Albany. It aired on WXXA Fox 23. Excuse me. So that wasn't some bullshit. Will Arnett and Seth Rogen's third acting collaboration. The first two were Horton Hears a Who and Monsters vs. Aliens. Early in the film, Dale stars in his own show titled Double O Dale. In the early 90s, Disney was developing a show called Double O Duck. This idea was scrapped when it was discovered that the title Double O is owned by the estate of Ian Fleming, author of the James Bond novels. And then Tress MacNeille reprises her role as Gadget for the first time since the show ended in 1990. And last trivia piece, Post Malone did the reboot theme song.
Yeah. At first, I felt the same way about that. Like I felt about the movie in the beginning. I didn't like it, and as it went, I was like, I can rock with it.
Yeah, it's like, you beat me into submission. I fucks with this now.
But I also loved at the end when they were like, the fans just want to hear the original theme song, but no, we're about to get some pop thing to do it. And when they did it, I was like, damn it, I just want to hear the original music.
In real life. That's exactly how I was like, that was very on cue.
Also, I feel like I know it's just a coincidence because of like the timing in which it all came out, but I feel like that's also a fucking reference to Proud Family because that new theme song is shit compared to the original.
I can believe that.
Yeah, it's like how do you replace Destiny's Child and Solange Knowles with a nobody?
It's called We Gotta Work in Our Budget.
They already own the song.
They said we need something new and fresh for these kids. They only want to hear Solange and Beyonce like that. That's for their mom and dad.
That's no, Beyonce still the shit, even though she hadn't put any product out in a minute.
Yeah, I'm not going to say nothing. I'll never say nothing negative against the Queen Bee. You crazy?
I mean, I have. I live to tell the tale.
That's what's up.
She's a terrible actress. I stand on that. Lion King was bad, and she was bad in it.
See, I already knew it was going to be bad, so I just didn't go see it. But we can always talk about Carmen if you want to go there.
I didn't see that one.
You ain't missing nothing.
I believe it. I believe it.
The hip hopper.
What Nas in that?
No, I think it was Mekhi Phifer.
Okay.
I can't remember. Like that was like back in high school.
Yeah. Oh, Beyonce. But yeah, thanks for coming out and bullshitting with us, Joe.
Anytime, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for being on.
Yeah, and we're actually gonna see you in a couple of weeks for Father's Day. I'm putting that on record now, so now you can't wiggle out of it.
That's why I actually wanted to do that episode anyway. So yeah, I'm down for that.
So thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Like our Facebook page, We Used to Talk About This at Work, and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Used to Talk Pod.
Like always, I don't know if this was a good episode. I don't know if this was a bad episode, but whatever you think about it, talk about it at work. Thank you for listening.